A blockchain address is similar to an email address. It is used to receive and send funds on the blockchain network, like you use your email address to send and receive messages, and represents a destination for a cryptocurrency payment. Each blockchain address contains a string of alphanumeric characters, but can also be shown as a scannable QR code. These addresses may have specific identifiers depending on the type of cryptocurrency. All Bitcoin addresses, for example, begin with either 1 or 3. The second elements of a blockchain are blocks. The blockchain is a chain of data blocks. Each block can be thought of as a page in a ledger. The individual blocks are composed of several components. Roughly these can be differentiated into the head of the block, block header, and his body, block body. Block header. The head of the block is divided into 6 components. The version number of the software. The hash of the previous block. The root hash of the Merkle tree. The time in seconds. The goal of the current difficulty. The nonce. Block body. The block body is conceivable as the loading space of a truck. It contains all transactions that are confirmed with the block. When a miner constructs a block, it validates the transactions. That is, he checks that the sender actually has enough money to spend. He can easily read this information from the blockchain. The miner looks in the past blocks to see if the sender has even gotten 10 bitcoins if he wants to send 10 bitcoins. The third element of a blockchain are transactions. A transaction is the fundamental unit of a blockchain. A transaction represents a transfer of value from one address to another. For a public blockchain, the decision to add a transaction to the chain is made by consensus. This means that the majority of nodes, or computers in the network, must agree that the transaction is valid. The people who own the computers in the network are incentivized to verify transactions through rewards. The fourth element of a blockchain is peer-to-peer network. A peer-to-peer network, as the name implies, is a network topology wherein all peers can communicate with each other and send and receive messages. A peer-to-peer architecture organizes interaction and communication in distributed computing in a decentralized manner. All computers, also referred to as nodes, have the same rights and perform the same tasks and functions in the network. Each computer is thus able to act as both a client and a server. One example of peer-to-peer architecture is cryptocurrency blockchains. The fifth element of a blockchain is programming language. Scripts or programs perform various operations on a transaction in order to facilitate various functions. For example, in Bitcoin, transaction scripts are predefined in a language called script, which consists of sets of commands that allow nodes to transfer tokens from one address to another. There are a heap of programming languages that can be used for blockchain development. This includes primitive languages like C++, Java, JavaScript, and Python, and new entrants like Solidity, Simplicity, and CX. The sixth element of a blockchain is virtual machine. A virtual machine allows the code to run. Various blockchains uses virtual machines to run programs such as Ethereum Virtual Machine, EVM, and Chain Virtual Machine, CVM. EVM is used in Ethereum blockchain, while CVM is a virtual machine developed for and used in an enterprise-grade blockchain called Chain Core. The seventh element of a blockchain is node. A node in a blockchain network performs various functions depending on the role that it takes on. A node can propose and validate transactions and perform mining to facilitate consensus and secure the blockchain. This goal is achieved by following a consensus protocol, most commonly POW. Nodes can also perform other functions such as simple payment verification, lightweight nodes, validation, and many other functions depending on the type of blockchain used and the role assigned to the node. Nodes also perform a transaction signing function. Transactions are first created by nodes and then also digitally signed by nodes using private keys as proof that they are the legitimate owner of the asset that they wish to transfer to someone else on the blockchain network. This asset is usually a token or virtual currency, such as Bitcoin, but it can also be any real-world asset represented on the blockchain by using tokens. The eighth element of a blockchain is a smart contract. Smart contracts are lines of code that are stored on a blockchain and automatically execute when predetermined terms and conditions are met. At the most basic level, they are programs that run as they've been set up to run by the people who developed them. The benefits of smart contracts are most apparent in business collaborations, in which they are typically used to enforce some type of agreement so that all participants can be certain of the outcome without an intermediary's involvement. How do smart contracts work? Smart contracts work by following simple if/when-then statements that are written into code on a blockchain. A network of computers executes the actions, releasing funds to the appropriate parties, registering a vehicle, sending notifications, issuing a ticket, when predetermined conditions have been met and verified. The blockchain is then updated when the transaction is completed. In the next video, the following topics will be covered. How blockchain works. Tiers of blockchain technology. Benefits and limitation of blockchain. If you are looking for instructor-led training, please visit the link below to know more.